You know, even if you are surrounded by dark clouds and sorrow, the fact that the sequel to Chicken Run is out on Netflix makes all the difference in the world. Good morning, everyone. We need something for that. Hold on.
Woot woot! Almost done.
There you go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live on Facebook. I was so happy this morning when Netflix told me that the new Chicken Run movie is out. All I'm going to say is if you didn't watch the first one, watch it. It's out on Netflix, and then you can have a double bill. Get together with your friends, have a brownie or have a glass of wine, and I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. Anyhow, this is Coffee and Headlines, and I'm happy to see you today. It is Friday, December 15th. We're getting close to the end of the year, and all these restaurants want our money. Oh, my goodness. What are we going to do? I hope you're having a good morning, and I hope you are going to have an amazing day. Today, we have a few bits of news that I want to share with you. I was in town yesterday, by the way, having lunch with dear friends, and it's nice to see that the busy is crazy and alive with tourists, with a lot of people out and about, and the Malecon looked all decorated and beautiful. So it is a good day to be around. I start by reminding you that if you're watching live for the first time, oh my God, my nose is itchy. Please write the word new and we'll give you a nice little welcome. And if you have something really pressing that you want to connect with, like Chris has done here, he added a capital letter Q to his question, stating, "Good morning, Paco and Cluster. Is there an English radio station in PV?" I have an answer for you. There is not an English radio station, but there is an English speaking program out there. Forgive me, I don't know the name of the station. I don't know the name of the program, but if Gina is hanging around, maybe she will remember the name of this gal. She is a local gal that speaks English very well. She's the hostess, and she's out there trying to get sponsors for her show. She invited me to come in for an interview. I declined because I figured I don't do interviews. It's just too weird. But I'll try to find out. I'll try to find out the answer to your question. And everybody knows this. Filbert, thank you for your contribution. But I think the issue here is there a locally produced English-speaking show? Unless I'm getting the question wrong. So feel free to comment. And meanwhile, we will head over to our news. Let's see what we have for today. Yes. The sight of tourists and locals riding bicycles through the city seems to be on the rise, according to this report from Noticias PV. And that's the headline, and that's the news. They didn't abound. They didn't add more details. That's what I'm trying to say. And of course, as a former cyclist, this makes me very happy. Although seeing all those people riding without helmets, not so much. Don't call me a Grinch, But a bad hair day due to a helmet is so much easier to deal with than a head injury. If you are riding a bicycle out there, please wear a helmet. It's good for you. It'll make your hair a little squishy, but that's the least of the problem there. Moving right along, President Lopez Obrador is all over the place in a good way. Today he is inaugurating the Maya train, or today is inauguration. I doubt that he would miss that. And in his press conference from yesterday, he announced an imminent return to our state, to the state of Jalisco, but not to oversee projects here in Puerto Vallarta. This time it is to oversee the work being done at the El Zapotillo Dam near Guadalajara. It is, after all, his last year of government, and there are many promises left to fulfill out there. We recall from information that we've shared in the past that the El Zapotillo Dam is a very important source of fresh water for the city of Guadalajara and surrounding areas. And this one made me all bummed out, I suppose. This is just too sad to learn. The axolotl, or ajolote, is an amphibian creature endemic to Mexico, and it is an endangered species. And yet this hasn't stopped a restaurant in Japan from serving it fried as a novelty dish. This is just too sad. According to the restaurant, they have their own axolotl farm, and this is how they are able to serve it. And reservations need to be made in advance, like a month in advance, apparently. Well, we're not even going to concern ourselves with the name of the restaurant, Fried Axolotl. That is just horrible. But hey, what do you know? And this is what we have for news. Let me switch over to the weather just to see what's going on out there. Purum pim pum. Jesus spawn camping Christ. It is sunny. Spawn camping. Okay, whatever. It is 27 degrees out there. Humidity is at 50%, which is lovely, actually. And today we can expect a humid day with clear skies, a high temperature of 29 and a low of 19. Tomorrow, Saturday, will be a humid day with clear skies again, a high of 29 and a low of 20. And then Sunday will be yet another humid day with mostly cloudy skies, a high of 30 and a low of 20. So no surprises in the weather, at least not for the next few days. And I do have a few reminders of events that we may or may not have mentioned in the past. Some of these we have and some of these we have not. But if you're in for some singing, this is just a reminder that the Puerto Vallarta Gaymen's Chorus is going to perform twice at the Palm this weekend. There will be two concerts, Saturday the 16th and Sunday the 17th. These are matinees at 2 p.m. And the subject matter, of course, will be Broadway-themed songs that you know and some that you don't. This is a very Broadway Christmas brought to us by the Puerto Vallarta Gaymen's Chorus. And then I know that I've mentioned this before, but this is so important. We love Amy Armstrong. She's a dear personal friend, and she's a great friend to the cluster. And she's back. She's back on the saddle, in the saddle, on the saddle. If she's on top of it, she must be on the saddle. Yes, with a new series of performances titled I'm Still Standing. The first one of which will be this coming Wednesday at Nacho Daddy. So this is a good thing to know. We know that Amy underwent a very major surgery a few months ago, and then she went through a huge period of recovery. So it is great to see that Amy is back on stage where she enjoys herself so much, and I'm looking forward to catching one of her performances, all of which are detailed in the event that I'm going to show you. And just as I've been doing music appreciation presentations at the joint in the saddle. Oh, interesting. I thought in was inside. But what do I know? It's not my language. It's not my native language. Anyhow, Boom, pim, boom, boom. Just as I've been doing music appreciation presentations, there is now an initiative to do film discussion presentations at the Joint Co-working Hotel. They have announced a new series of presentations of classic films, promising the film's backstories and their impact on creative pop and general culture. The series begins with Tim Burton's classic Edward Scissorhands, a great film, on December 27, and then continues throughout next year. So again, it's kind of like what I do, but for film. And from the description, I could see that this is an experience in which you watch the film and then it is discussed by those present. The cost is 300 pesos, the same as my music appreciation presentation, so this should be a good deal. And speaking of music presentations, I'm gearing up for RISQUÉ, which is my next presentation at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work. This is going to be this coming Thursday. I heard through the grapevine that tickets are selling fast. Why? Well, because we all have dirty minds. It's just that we don't care to admit it all that frequently. Seriously, we're going to be exploring 5 centuries of naughty songs, dirty songs, bawdy songs, and there's going to be at least one audience participation sing-along, and there's going to be at least one live performance. Yes, so you can be blushing, you can be laughing, you can be squirming in your seats, but you can expect a fun opportunity to be entertained through timeless, naughty songs. As in, there once was a man from Nantucket. That is a limerick, but that's a good one. Okay, so let's see what you have on your agendas, what everybody is up to this morning. Doody-doody-doo. Okay, we answered that one for Chris. Let's see what else we have. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, and speaking of this, you can receive radio stations from around the world online. You know, I have a favorite internet radio station, and I have an internet radio, one that is connected to my Wi-Fi. It sits on next to my bed, and there's a really awesome station that I enjoy listening to that makes me fall asleep in a matter of seconds. Well, minutes. So if you're curious about that, just write the word station in your comment and I'll be happy to abound and to offer more information. In fact, I was reading last night about ambient music, and I wonder if it would be an interesting topic to discuss in one of the music presentations in the future. Let's see what else we have. Oh no, Gary says, first time in a few years not being in Vallarta in December. Miss my friends and festivities. Oh my God, we said that we were going to talk about posadas today. Let me not forget about that. In fact, let me come back to... I'll come back to the comments in a second. I did write in the announcement that we would discuss posadas, and we are going to discuss posadas. My bad for forgetting that. I just didn't prepare a graphic for it. So, posadas. We see people talking about posadas a lot this time of year. What is a posada? A posada, well, the word itself means a place to spend the night, a place of lodging. Not a hotel, just a place to spend the night if you're going from point A to point B. So that's what the word means. There are some hotels called posada this or posada that. So in modern usage, a hotel may be called a posada, but it is a hotel. Whereas in the past, a posada could have been just like farmhouse or an extra bed in an extra room, that kind of thing. That is the definition of posada. The other way in which we use posada is a holiday celebration for one's work group or one's employees. So this is when a company decides to I see a new person. I'll say hello to you in a second, Eva Galarza. But Posadas are these events that are organized by companies to thank their employees for a good year. Oh, sorry for the sniffles. Ah, and these are just fiestas, gatherings in which sometimes the business owners will offer bonuses or will have raffles or just some sort of entertainment for their workers and the workers' families. So if you get invited to a business posada, it probably means that you are a trusted uh, customer at that business, and it should be an honor to be invited to a business type posada. People might also throw Christmas festivities at home, and they might say, I invite you to my posada. And that's where things get interesting, because a posada is a traditional ritual related with Christmas that has to do with, oh, and I just got news of how many tickets are being sold for my presentation. And let's see if I can give. Oh, that's not so bad. Well, I'll get to that in a second. Anyhow, the traditional posada, as in the Catholic tradition, is a way to honor the fact that Joseph and Mary were going from town to town, from place to place, looking for a place for Mary to spend the night and give birth to Jesus. And that's the tradition. So when you're having a traditional posada, there is a song. There is a traditional posada song that you get to sing. And this is a lot of fun because the ritual involves separating the attendees into two groups. There are the insiders and the outsiders. And the way the song goes is the outsiders start by singing the first verse, which in a nutshell says, in the name of God, we seek lodging because my beloved wife cannot walk anymore. And then the inside people respond with the same melody, but with the second verse. They say, this is not a place to stay. Just keep going. We don't know if you're criminals or not. And then the outside people respond and say, well, we're not criminals. We're just nice people, et cetera, et cetera. And then the inside people respond still being untrusting. And this goes on for like 9 or 10 stanzas. And finally, the outside people say, well, wait a second. It's not like we are VIPs or anything, but we are Joseph and Mary, and she's about to give birth and to the King of the Heavens. And then the inside people say, Mary, who's about to give birth to the King of the Heavens? Well, why didn't you say so before? Just come on right in. Yes. So the outside people come into the house, and this is enacted literally like outside the front door and inside the front door. And finally, the outside people come in and everybody parties together and breaks a piñata and this, that, and the other. And that is what a traditional posada is all about. To be invited to a traditional posada is a lot of fun. And it's a ritual that I hope you get to experience at one point of your life or another. And again, posadas start officially tomorrow. It's a novenario, or a 9-day ritual in the Catholic religion. So we have posadas from tomorrow all the way to the 24th of December, traditionally, although some restaurants and businesses have started their posadas already. Mission accomplished. Okay, so now back to the chit chat. Let's see where I was. Let's see. Pum 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 pum. We answered that one. And we answered that one. And Albert, you got it. Better a squishy hairdo than a squishy brain. You know, it is absolutely true. I'm grateful that in all the years that I did cycling, and I did cycling for many years, I never got into a bad injury. Just a few scrapes on the legs, and that was the end of it. Eva Galarza, what a pleasure to have you here. Welcome from San Antonio, Texas. Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year. If you have any questions or comments that you wish to share with us, esta es tu casa. This is your cluster. Let's see what else. And thank you all for welcoming Eva. That's wonderful. Your pum pim pum is funny. It's a bad habit. It's a bad habit. Every time I scroll, I feel like I have to do a sound effect around here. Thank you very much for that, Eva. I just hope it's not contagious. Imagine if we all went around saying, "Oh, let me think. Oh, bidim bam boom bam." No, it's not a good habit. Let's see what else. Let's see. At least this time we bought 3 tickets when we were at our last live presentation. Oh, yes, absolutely. And now I want to let you know there are 11 tickets that have been sold already, which makes me really, really happy. That is 11 out of a maximum of 30. So we're almost halfway sold. So if you have an interest in attending RISQUÉ this coming Thursday, you may want to head over to the joint and get your tickets ahead of time. It's going to be a lot of fun, actually. Let's see. Oh, fantastic. Mateo from Mexico City says, watch your Facebook messages. I'm going to send you 2 possible contributions for your RISQUÉ presentation. I love it. One from the 20s and one from the 70s. I have spoken about the history of the phonograph a number of times in music presentations because when records came out, they transformed in different musical genres. And there were some really naughty songs being recorded in the 20s. They may have been a novelty, but they were absolutely funny. Mijal says, yes, we sang that song at our building's Posada last year, and I'm sure our beautiful landlords will bring us the words again to sing. Oh, yes, it is traditional to bring the words, to print the words so that everybody can sing along. And you are correct, Sherry. Posadas are a lot of fun. They absolutely are. Of course, you have to be surrounded by people that you love and that you know. Otherwise, posadas may not be that much fun. Mark chimes in. Hello, Mark. We try to do a posada every year. So much fun, especially with people who can't really sing. Absolutely. It is not a requirement. Reminder, how many tickets are left? 11. No, 11 tickets have been sold. So 30 minus 11 is 19. So there's still quite a few, but I never know. I just don't want anybody to miss out if you have the intention of attending. Let's see. Lynn says, thanks for the Posada explanation. Happy to have been invited to Dee's Coffee to celebrate. That is awesome. And chances are that I'm going to be attending the Posada at Whiskey Kitchen on Sunday because she opened it to the public. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I have a special surprise for the employees. I think I'm going to try. I'm not sure yet, but I'm working on a little surprise for them. Too late. We are doing the pum pim pum all the time. Oh dear. Well, it happens to the best of us. Pum pim pum is good. I love it. Let's see. Ben says, I previously purchased my RISQUÉ ticket, and I'm looking forward to seeing Paco do a live presentation act. Oh, it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. And of course, I appreciate you, Ben, for attending several of the music presentations. And it is always great to see familiar faces. And it's always wonderful to see new faces show up at the presentations. And that brings me to the end of today's presentation. This is the end of Coffee and Headlines. We'll be back tomorrow, Saturday, our last day of this week, with more news, more headlines, more information that we can all use, hopefully, to connect better with each other and with the city. Between now and then, I hope you'll have a wonderful day today, and I hope you'll stay warm, or you'll stay cool, and you'll stay happy, and most importantly, that you'll stay in touch. Have a great day.